Well, Missouri State cyclocross, my last cyclocross race of the season. So this is just me waiting to get gridded or get in the grid. We don't really get gridded. But it's a 4.5. I will I'll cut some of this stuff out because we stand here for a long time and my camera's just looking right at people's asses and I'm sure no one wants to see that. So anyway, here we go. We're going in. Let's line up.
Look at you multitasking today.
So what's kind of funny here is that I will point it out, and no, I don't have any hard feelings. It's just funny. So we're waiting in line. It's a lot of people. I think there's 45-ish. I don't know. The list at the end said 45. Some people said 47 because some people didn't finish. But anyway, 40-ish people. It's a huge field. I'm used to riding with like 10. So it's a lot of people to start. So everyone's crowded in or packed in to this little area. And then some dudes just sneak in to the right with their friends. So we also heckle them a little bit, asking if they're getting called up. Some guy in the back is just talking about going to his job afterwards. So it's all fun. So that's that. Now let's just talk about the race a little bit. It's a nice day. I think it got up to like 50 degrees. A lot of people wearing shorts, long sleeves. So it's a great day to be out. Here comes the first guy on the right. I'm talking about.
So everyone soft pedal at the beginning. I don't feel like sprinting.
Boom, there he goes. Right, call up number 1. I'm talking about. And then someone else must see him do that. Not even joke about it. Just looking at people's butts here. Everyone's just talking. This guy sneaks in too. How's there room for all these people? Boom, call up number 2. I think the guy's name's Alex. Anyway, it's all fun. It's fine. We all get like funneled into a right-hand turn anyway at the beginning, so this side that I'm on is not great. I should have been on the outside. Maybe I could have done better. I have this problem with I ride to the person in front of me. So I will go as fast as the person in front of me. If the person in front of me is number 1, I will stay with the number 1 person. If the person in front of me is number 20, I will stay with them. I don't know why, but I have this problem that I forget where I'm at, and I'm like just racing the dude in front of me. Unless I feel really good, I'll rarely put it in a dig, which maybe I should work on. I think that's kind of a problem. But anyway, let's skip to the actual start of the race. Okay, so now race actually started. As you can see, not a great line. There's tons of people on the left-hand side that can easily pass because it's a right-hand turn. And then we go to immediate left and it gets bunched up. I stay on my bike the entire time. This poor guy up here, I say don't crash, and he crashes. He ended up getting 3rd. He ends up getting right back on his bike. He actually goes around me and I didn't even notice. He's in the orange helmet up above. He's like 2 ahead of me now. And as you can tell, this course is just full of leaves. So thankfully, we're in the middle of the races. I warmed up or pre-rode the course early in the morning. There was no cut-in lines. It was just pure leaves, and you could barely take turns because you had no idea what was below the leaves. It just covers any holes. There's pavement here. I tried to go on the outside, mistake. Should have went on the inside where this guy went. So we're moving up. This poor guy just eats it. He must have grabbed his brakes a little too hard. Nip down.
Some damn leaves.
I even mentioned it's the leaves. So overall, the course is pretty fast. There's a lot of straightaways actually compared to some of the courses I've done. So a few little kicker hills. Nothing, no crazy long, drawn out climbs. So just a lot of straights into like some 90 plus turns. Like here's another long straight into an easy left-hand turn, but thankfully all the leaves have been pushed out of the way there. Just keep racing. So nothing super interesting about the course. It was fun. I will say there are kind of some fast parts because you slowly go uphill for the most part of the course, and then starting soon you go downhill for a while. But I don't know what place I'm at now. Probably 10th maybe. There's probably, let's count, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. I'm 11th wheel, if I got my math correct. There's no math involved. What am I talking about? So 11th. At the start, spoiler, I end up 5th. So I pass a few people, and then there's one guy that passes me. His name's Brody, I believe. He cycles for the local college.
Let's catch that group.
So I say something like, let's catch that group, because I noticed that these two guys are just slowly losing the lead group. And my mistake was not passing them earlier. So I feel okay here. My heart rate is high, sure, but my legs feel fine. That's just cyclocross. My heart rate is always going to be high. It's really how you feel, and then can you accelerate out of every slow piece. And so I feel like I'm faster than these guys, and I should have passed them earlier, because coming up here there's no great spot to pass. There's a little chicanes where we go around these trees, and I think they're going way too slow. In my practice lap, it was actually way faster through here. I looked at my splits. So I bump his wheel. And this guy eats it with the leaves too. He probably grabbed some brake. So then I got kind of stuck for a second. I don't know exactly when I passed this guy. Maybe it's here? Yeah. Just put in a little dig, because you can just keep hammering it. There's a hill, so people don't want to pedal up this little kicker. You just keep going hard. Go hard still, because people want to recover. Just don't recover. That's the goal. When people are going to recover, you can't recover if you want to try to make up ground. So I'm trying to catch the people in front of me. There's another long straightaway that I'm talking about, and the lovely clicking of leaves in my wheels. Well, this is the faster downhill spot again, because we climbed a little bit going through those chicanes. So I go down. I know where I was bad on this course, and it was right here, because I would grab my brakes into these turns a little bit, and I don't think I needed to. I think you could just bomb them and then carry all the speed. So I wouldn't brake here, but earlier I would, and I don't think I needed to. I think it's perfectly fine. So another long straightaway. One deceiving part about this course that you can't really tell on the GoPro, but it's very rough. So it's fine until it's not, and then you just hit these huge holes that rattle your teeth out, and you can't see them. So then you have a left and a right into the barriers, so you have to dismount. They're pretty high anyway. I wouldn't bunny hop them.
Yeah.
And it's right at the end. So I don't know why. Normally I can get on and reclip okay, but for whatever reason, because it's on pavement and I'm like nervous because I want to go as fast as I can on this section, I don't clip in as well as I have been in my previous races this year. Anyway, so then that's lap 1. So more of the same in coursing, right? It's just a lot of people in front of me. Like I mentioned, I will eventually catch a few more guys that blow up or can't keep the pace anymore. I guess that's one of the perks of being older. So there's, maybe it's not a perk. When I race these races, I'm one of the older guys, just because I'm 35. So and I just started. This is my first year. So this guy, he's actually, I think he raced earlier in like the 18 and under race, because I creeped him on Strava, and I think he raced that one. This is his second race, and then he's just waiting for his teammate, and then they end up passing me, and then he just stops racing pretty much. So he like pulls him for a while, and they pass me, and then he lets up again. So 185. I think that I stayed at 185 the entire race. Which, my heart rate has been higher, but it just stays high. It's my last race, so for the year, not doing anything else until early spring. Probably, we'll see what happens. I'm just being silent, letting the race play out. I might cut this out, who knows. This is my first pass. I can always edit this a little bit, move some voice clips, but commentary of me riding my bike, it's all the same. So the guy on the left on the ground, I think he's a race promoter. So this is in St. Louis, and I'm live in Kansas City. So me and my girlfriend, bless her heart, drove all the way across the state to watch me suffer for 40 minutes for a day. For whatever reason, I think St. Louis has a bigger cycling scene. They have a few colleges, or at least one that I know of, that used to have a cycling team, which actually just got cut. So I know some people that went there to ride, and then this is the last year that they will have a cycling team. They cut like 10 programs from the school, track and field, all the non-big sports. So all the non-ball sports basically got cut. So that's really unfortunate. I think I read a number, it was like 300 athletes and staff don't have a team anymore. So that's not great, because I saw some of the people that came to the school from out of the country to ride. What a disappointment there. But this lap's kind of boring, it seems like. I'm just hammering as much as I can. I should have, well, I eventually catch these guys, so I'm trying to catch them, and I do. It's just not immediate. And I can still see some of the leaders, I think, way up ahead, but to be honest, I only notice them now that I'm watching this footage. During the race, I'm more thinking about don't die, one, meaning don't go too hard that I blow up, and then every turn I'm just thinking about, okay, is this the line? How fast am I going into it? And just practicing taking it faster each time.
Fucking bumps, Jesus.
Me complaining about the bumps again. The little hill is deceivingly hard. I don't know why. Maybe because you're just going up a hill and then you go up another little steeper hill. And then you hit this gravel section. One thing I did notice, I think it's hard to sync, obviously, the video and your head unit data. I don't have power on this bike. The only power I have is from my road bike, and it's just the pedals, so I would need to either get a crank arm or some kind of another power meter to use on my gravel cyclocross bike. It's a combination. It's just a Trek Checkpoint SL5. I bought it as my first bike. My girlfriend. I bought it as my first bike to do a backpacking trip with some of my friends, and then I got sucked into this sport. So I've done some gravel races. When I say races, I just ride them. And then this year, I was like, well, I have a gravel bike, but just put a little bit skinnier tires on there and then ride it. So that's what happened. So I don't have power or anything. It's 2x up front. There's those two guys earlier. Green bike gets third. And then so as soon as people pass me, I'm like right on their wheel, because a little bit of draft is helpful, and my lines aren't the best, I feel like. And so watching people in front of me take a line at speed, they're usually better than me. And so if they could take it 2 seconds faster than me, and I can follow them doing it 2 seconds faster, my lap time would be better. And I think this is my best lap time if I looked back at my numbers. Just following these guys for a lap. And that's where we catch a few people. Yeah, so we're catching these guys with them. And so this kid, he's from Kansas City as well, I believe, or close to Kansas City. I see him a lot of my races. Sometimes he beats me. I think he beats me on ones that are more technical and have more hills, so he can go up them faster and he does better. So both these guys spit in front of me at the same time, and I try to joke with them, and they just didn't hear me. Can't talk, too tired. That's the fun and the negative part about cyclocross to me is sometimes you get, so this is racing when there's people around you and you're keeping up with them, or there's someone right behind you. That's fun. Sometimes cyclocross, at least when I race, there's not enough people, and the skill discrepancy is not skill. The fitness discrepancy is so big that we'll see that I eventually in this race I lap. I don't know how many people I lap. A handful, at least. So those people aren't racing me, and I'm not racing them. I'm racing the people that are around me. And then and if there's not enough people, you might race yourself, because you might be the only one in your little block of fitness and skill level. But thankfully this one is so big, there's enough people that you find some people that are like-minded or like fitness. And it's fun. So this guy in the red, I pass him, but he stays right behind me the entire race afterwards. So I didn't know where we were positioned we were at. I lost track. So like I mentioned earlier, like 11th. I think in my brain here, I think the guys that pass me are like second for some reason. I don't know why I think that, but I do. And so I imagine now I'm 5th. But that's not the case. I think now I'm like 7th or something, at least. So I passed the guy in the red, come 6th, and then I passed another guy in black, I think I become 5th. But so my biggest mistake in this race was the 2 guys that I was on their wheel. They passed these 2 guys. I should have stayed with them. And I wish I would have. I don't know if it was what it was, but like I mentioned, sometimes I get stuck behind someone's wheel and that's all I can see is the person right in front of me. I should have been thinking about what those guys are doing because I can keep up with them. But now that I'm behind these 2 guys in the spots that you can't really pass very well, they're making gaps on us. So they're already up the road. So I want to pass these guys because I know I can do it. So I don't know if it's here. Did I do it? Or maybe I just passed one of these guys. Just one. Alright, back into this race. So I might skip a little bit of the race. I don't know. Well, maybe I won't skip it. Maybe I'll just stop talking and let the race play out. And then if anyone just enjoys watching someone ride a bike, go to there. But I don't know if I'll do voiceover for the entire race. It's a lot of talking, and I don't have that much to say. It's just me riding a bike, taking turns left and right, and then jumping off once a lap. One thing I will say before is it's just tough. Maybe it's just me, but man, bike racing is hard. It's so funny how hard it is. It's deceivingly hard. I mean, if I watched this video and I didn't know better, I mean, like, looks like we're just barely going, you know? Looks like we're just pedaling along, chilling, hanging out, group ride, gonna get some coffee afterwards, but, dude, at least me, I am in the limit of what my body can do. Like, you just have to go to that limit and then stay there for 40 minutes, which is, if you think about it, a long time. And not even that long for a bike race. Like, if you think of other bike races, like I've done road races that are 2-ish hours, 2.5, 3 hours. You're at that same limit, but maybe not as high, and you're just holding it. You're getting some recovery in groups, and you're going, whatever, but such a weird sport to me. I'm not really used to endurance sports. I mean, I played soccer when I grew up, but it's just different. You have endurance, but it's not constant. There's a lot of recovery. You can walk and you can stand, and then you sprint, and you walk and stand and jog for a little bit. And then if you think about it, a soccer game was about 90 minutes. If I said I'm gonna go ride my bike for 90 minutes, okay, cool. That's just 90 minutes. It's not that far. Even for a race, 90 minutes. That's, depending on kind of race, that's not that long. Crit, sure. Cyclocross, sure. Road race, no. So, anyway, I'll leave you with that. It's tough. It may look easy, but even in the low categories like myself, this is what we do. That's what I do. Suffer.
almost ate it. Wasn't paying attention. I lost my concentration for a second. There's a bump over here somewhere. Missed it. That fucking root. On your outside. What place do you think we're in? Really? There's that many in front?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Why am I going so hard then? I thought it was like 4. I want You're gonna make me work for it, aren't you?
Alright, last bit of race. Last bit of commentary. That guy was a lap rider. I just passed. I don't know where the guy is behind me. That's been behind me for the last few laps. So I just don't want him to pass me in the last possible minute. So I'm talking to myself to try to be smooth and clip in, because you got to clip in real fast and then just sprint for the line. I don't think he tries. Maybe he's just out of gas, because I look back and he's not following me, so I just free-wheeled in for 5th place. That's the race. Thanks guys for watching if you got this far. Have a good one.
Take a race, man.